guys and girls, welcome back to Watch the Time. Thank you for tuning back in. I'm really pleased to be able to bring you one of the San Martins that I featured on my sale video. This is the SN0105G-XB. Whether that means anything, I'm not entirely sure, but this is their military style watch. There's been lots of these doing the rounds on AliExpress, to be honest. It was only a matter of time before San Martin threw their name into the hat. Does this one match up? This is very affordable. You can get this at below £100. And with the Mechaquartz movement, the loom it has, the finishing, it looks like a whole lot of watch. And now as standard, you do get fantastic travel pouches that they send that I think are the business as well. So that in itself, the package looks fantastic for what you're getting. This one really screamed at me because of the quality and the finishing and the price, which is why I included it in my sale video. So I'm really pleased about to bring this to your attention. If you picked one up during the sale, congrats, it looks cracking, but will it be as good as it looks by the end of the video? I guess there's no time like the present to find out. So thank you for tuning back in. And now let's get the camera turned around and get on with it. Hi guys, so this is the new packaging from San Martin. You may have seen it already. I was under the illusion when they sent it to me a while ago with the pilot's watch that I reviewed, the sort of military styly one that I had. I thought it was just because they were sending them individually. So I know you can buy these separate, but you also get these almost pretty much as standard now with your San Martin watch purchase. But there you go, screwdriver, watch sizing tool and hang tag in there. Inside, let's see if it's signed because it's, oh there we go, you can clearly see it is. They've not put the watch model on there, but it is signed and it's got the stamp from the San Martin. So there we go, nice to see that. That is something I mentioned not long ago, given the inconsistency sort of creeping in. But yeah, I do like this, I must say. This is sort of like a faux leather, embossed at the top, sort of green colour. Inside there you'll see the watch, velvety inside, nice cushion to keep it safe in transit. And what I do like about this sort of stuff I've mentioned before, I do like the fact that you could just reuse it. You can just keep using it rather than just having random boxes lying about. This is definitely the way to go, especially at a time when we're thinking more and more about the environment. I'm applauding them for that. So well done, San Martin. This watch was one that you'd have seen on my AliExpress sale video. The model number for this is the SN0105G-XB. The XB, I don't know if it really counts for anything, but this is the watch. You get this one and you can get a sterile dial. So it's up to you which one you choose. But they're there. Inside it's running a Seiko VH31 movement. Really, really good movement, Mechaquartz movement. Gives you sort of like a nice sweep. Almost sort of like an automatic, but not quite. It doesn't give you quite a seamless sweep as you get with an automatic or mechanical watch. But it's a nice compromise given the fact you've got the reliability of a battery going inside it, so you don't have to worry about charging it and stuff, and it will generally keep good time, as you can see with the sort of parameters they work within now in comparison to a automatic or mechanical watch, as I say. But that's the movement, VH31 movement. The construction of the watch, aside from the crystal and the strap, is all 316L stainless steel. So that's the case back crown, fixed high polished bezel, pin buckle clasp, the catches are all 316L stainless steel. When it's the case and case back are all brushed, as you'd have seen in my macro. A bit of a mixture of brushing and polishing on the crown. The bezel's all polished and a bit of a mixture going on, a little bit on there with the clasp, but yeah, so a little bit of a mixture of brushing and polishing. So there you are. The case thickness of the watch is 10.8 millimeters. Obviously that's without the strap in the back. It's 10.8 millimeters. The case diameter, I measure from the 8 to the 2, it was coming at 36.2 millimeters. And when you go from the 9 to the 3, including that crown, it was coming at 38.8 millimeters. The lug width on this is 18 millimeters, and the lug to lug tip to tip is 45.7 millimeters. And that is a true lug to lug, given it's not on a stainless steel strap with male end links. So yeah, nice proportions there, guys, and you'll see how it wears in a few moments, and you'd have seen it in the intro as well when I showed the outside shot. But there we go. The case back, I'll give you a quick look of that. I don't want to keep undoing it. It's a little bit more tricky than with some watches because you've got to feed it through. Let me just do that very quickly. There you go. It's a screw down case back, all brushed. So make it easy to unscrew if you need to. I can't see why you would need to. given the fact that it's a Mechaquartz movement. There shouldn't be any real reason apart from when you change the battery, which I dare say won't be very often. But there we are. That's the case back. The bezel, just give me one moment, guys. The bezel I've already mentioned is a high polished bezel. So I've got my fingerprints on there as well. There's a high polished fixed bezel, as I've already mentioned, and the crown is situated at the 3 o'clock. It is a push-pull crown. It is signed nicely. I do like those crowns, the way they do it, and they put their hexagonal logo on there. The strap is a canvas nylon strap, NATO styly. We're not really allowed to say much about this sort of stuff anymore, but you can see what it is. Pin buckle clasp, couple of catches, nicely signed on there again with the clasp. I do like the sort of deep signage that they do now on their clasp and their crowns. I'm all for that. It just makes it look very, very premium, doesn't it? It looks well finished. The crystal covering the dial is domed, and it's mineral crystal, not sapphire crystal on this one, guys. Mineral crystal, but I still think for what you're paying, what you're getting, it's still not a bad compromise. The water resistance is cited as being 100 meters, so that would give you 10 atmospheres of water resistance, and the weight will appear just in the top right. It's just below 53 grams. So yeah, good sizing really, given the fact it's only a compact watch, only on a canvas strap. If it was coming in a whole lot more than that, you'd probably wonder why, to be honest, because it's not a very big watch and it's on a canvas strap, as I've said. But let's have a look at the dial now, guys, in just a bit more detail. So matte black dial, nothing's been applied. It is all printed on. You've got numerals from 1 through to 11, nothing at the 12 because you've got the triangle, which is obviously synonymous with the what sort of style of watch it is. One thing I have had, there we go, I've done it. I had a few issues at times taking the crown out. It looks like it's sort of loosened a little bit, so do bear that in mind. You'd have seen it hack, obviously, when I took it out. What was very impressive on this, guys, obviously you can see the hands high polished, but what I do like is the loom. I'll bring that up right now. The loom is very, very good. A different colour loom, and it does shine very, very bright. It does last a while as well. So yeah, that was nice to see. Not that I think San Martin don't do good loom, but yeah, impressive. As I said, numerals 1 to 12. You've got a nice yet white and yellow going in there. San Martin and script writing just below the triangle at a 12. And the arrow down there in 6. Yeah, and like I said, nice colours in terms of yellows, the whites and the blacks. I said V831 inside. You pull the crown out, it will hack, but there's only one position. There's no date on this. There's no ghost position, which is becoming a bit rare for San Martin. They do like a ghost position on their movements, but I'm pleased to report not on this watch, so that's good to know. But guys, that's the movement, that's the dial. There's quite a simple design. This style of watch has been around a long time, and there's a reason it's successful. Very simple, but very, very beautiful. Yeah, very, very nice. But let me just pop it on the wrist quickly, guys. Give you an idea of what it looks like on my wrist. And here is what it looks like on my wrist. Like I said, it's not very big, so obviously I'm sure you wasn't expecting it to look too big. It looks a little bit long because obviously it's on that NATO style strap, but not a bad looking watch, is it? Like I said, no points for originality. These types of watches have been around a long time, but San Martin look to have done themselves justice, let's say. Okay, let me just get it off the wrist, and then we can go on to things that I think are pants and Pukka about the watch. If you've ever watched before, you know I always start with pants. I do like to go on a high with Pukka. So what I do think is pants, I'm going to mention it, is the inconsistent branding. I know it's going to be quite difficult. I don't know if it looks right with the hexagonal logo with that triangle there, but I don't know. They keep flittering, but most watches I'm getting now are one or the other, and I'd like them to just be a bit more consistent. So yeah, the inconsistent branding. And I will mention the mineral crystal because there's other brands that are doing this type of watch on AliExpress, and they do offer sapphire crystal. So as much as I think I can understand the compromise given some of the stuff you're getting with this, maybe the mineral crystal as well. But they're the only two things I'm going to mention, is the inconsistent branding and the mineral crystal. What I think is Pukka, I like the hands. I like the proportions of the hands. I like the way they're finished. I think they work really, really well. The loom, as I mentioned earlier, I do think the loom is very, very good on this watch. Very nice. The size of the watch, very compact, should we say, unisex in nature because of the size, which is going to appeal to a lot of people. The movement, the VH31 or any Mechaquartz movement really, is a nice compromise as well in terms of having that sort of sweep, but obviously it's run by a battery. It's quite easy just to change the battery afterwards. The crown, very, very good size. I like the way it's finished, as I've already mentioned. The clasp, I don't say this every time, but I do like these clasps. I just think they look very, very well finished, very well engineered. The packaging now you're getting with these watches, as I mentioned earlier, I'll let you have one more look. I think that is really, really nice. The fact you can just reuse this. So if you're wearing a watch and you're going away and you want to put one, you can swap them over and stuff and just bring one of these cases and you're laughing. And the price, I think with coupons and stuff, you can pick this up for around $100. And for what you're getting with the packaging and stuff, I think that does represent good value for money. So let's just surmise what I think is Pukka, because there's a fair bit on there. I'll go with the hands, loom, size, movement, crown, clasp, packaging and price. Just look how much stuff is alongside me. A lot there. And would I recommend the watch? I definitely would. I think it's a good size, can appeal to a lot of different wrist sizes. Like I said, the packaging is nice, the price is nice. There's a lot to like about this watch, so I would recommend it. Let's just hope that I don't get any more San Martins that I have to be too critical of, because they are a brand that have really built themselves on being very good generally. But yeah, I would recommend this watch, guys. But please let me know what you think about this watch, and maybe any other watches you may want to see on the channel. And as always say, don't forget to like, subscribe, and always watch the time. Take care, guys. All the very best.